Amritavatsa Rodimi Ashru Mugi Muho Yaikopitam Brahmakulam Rajanyar Ajitatmavi Tatkulam Pradahati Ashu Shanubandam Sucharpitam
Marodinasya
Janani Gautami Patidevata Yatamritavatsata Rodim Yashrumikimu Yakopitam Brahmakulam Rajanya Rajitatmavi Tatkulam Pradahatyashu Sanubandam Suchapitam Marodidasya Janani Gautami Patidevata Yatamritavatsata Rodim Yashrumikimu Yaikopitam Brahmakulam Rajanya Rajitatmavi Tatkulam Pradahatyashu Sanubandam Sucharpitam Do not Rodi Make cry Asya His Janani Mother Gautami The wife of Drona Patidevata Chaste Yata As has Aham Myself Mrituvatsa One whose child is dead Arta Distressed Rodimi Crying Ashrumuki Tears in the eyes Mugu Constantly.
Translation. My Lord, do not make the wife of Dronacharya cry like me. I am aggrieved for the death of my sons. She need not cry constantly like me. Yai. By those.
Kopitam. Enraged. Brahmakulam. The order of the Brahmanas. Rajanyayim.
By the administrative order.
Ajita. Unrestricted. Atmabi. By oneself. Tat. That. Kulam. Family. Pradahati. Is burnt up. Ashu. Within no time. Sabandam. Together with family members. Sucharpitam. Being put into grief.
Translation. If the kingly administrative order, which is unrestricted in sense control, offends the Brahmana order and enrages them, then the fire of that rage burns up the whole body of the royal family and brings grief upon all.
Jai Kopita Brahmakulam Rajanai Paditadmavi Tatkulam Pradahati Asu Sanubandam Sutarpitam. So, in these two verses, the important point is that Draupadi is sympathetic, that is Vaishnava. She is Vaishnavi. This is the attitude of the Vaishnava. paradukha dukhi. Vaishnava is paradukha dukhi. That is Vaishnava's quality. He doesn't care for his own personal distresses. But he, a Vaishnava, becomes aggrieved, distressed when other is suffering. That is Vaishnava. Prahlad Maharaj says, Naidad vijay paro dhurut toya vaitaranya tad vijjagayana maha mritamagna chitta soche tata vimuku chetasa maya sukhaya bharamud bhavato vimora. Prahlad Maharaj was so much harassed by his father, and his father was killed, and still when he was offered benediction by the Lord Nrsimhadev, he did not accept it. He said, Sabai Bonik, my Lord, we are born in the family of Rajagun Tamagun. Rajagun Tamagun, Asuras, they are influenced by the two lower qualities, Rajagun and Tamagun. And those who are Devatas, they are influenced by the Satagun. There are three gunas, qualities in the material world. Satagun, Trigunamayi, Daividhisa Gunamayi, Gunamayi, Trigunamayi. In this material world, Satagun, Rajagun, Tamagun. So those who are influenced by the Satagun, they are first class. First class means first class in this material world, not in the spiritual world. Spirituality is different. There is no nirguna, no material quality. There is no first class, second class, third class. Everyone is first class. That is absolute. Krishna is first class, his devotees are also first class. The trees are first class, the birds are first class, the cows are first class, the calves are first class, therefore it is called absolute. No conception of relative, second class, third class, fourth class, no. Everything is first class. Ananda chinmaya rasa pratibhavitadi. Everything is composition of Ananda chinmaya rasa. There is no classification. Either one is situated in Dasaras, one is situated in Sakkaras, or in Vatsalaras or Madhuryaras. They are all one. There is no such distinction. But there is variety. You like this rasa, I like this rasa, that is allowed. Here, in this material world, they are being influenced by the three rasas. And Prahlad Maharaj, being the son of Hiranyakasipu, he considered himself that I am influenced by the Rajagun and Tamagun. He is Vaishnava, he is above all gunas. But a Vaishnava is never proud of his guna. Actually, he does not feel like that he is very advanced, he is very enlightened. He always thinks, I am the lowest. Tinadapi sunichena, tarorapi sahisnuna, amanina manadena, kirtaniya sada. This is Vaishnava. That I am the lowest of the human beings. That like Chaitanya Charitamrita author, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, he said, Purisher kit haite mui se loghistha, jagai madhai haite mui se papistha. Jagai Madhai, he was considered to be very sinful, and more sinful than Jagai Madhai. Jagai Madhai haite mui se papistha. And my position, pulisher kit haite mui se logistha. The worm in the stool, he has got some position, but I am lower than him. Jagai Madhai haite mui se papistha. পুলিশের কীট হইতে মুই সে লঘিষ্ঠ মোর নাম যেই লয় তার পুণ্য ক্ষয় anyone who takes my name, whatever little asset he has got on account of pious activities, he loses. In this way, this is not artificial. A Vaishnava thinks like that. A Vaishnava like Kaviraj Goswami, Rupa Goswami, they always think like that. That is Vaishnava. They never think that he is very advanced. Never. So similarly, Draupadi is thinking her position and what will be the position of Ashwatthama's mother. Ashwatthama's mother, she is also woman, and she is studying Ashwatthama's mother's position from her position. She is very much agreed on account of her sons being killed. So she is thinking, if Ashwatthama's mother is under the distress of her son being killed, what will be her position? She is disturbed thinking of the position of Ashwatthama's mother. Personally, he is not at all agreed. She is agreed, but she is thinking the grief of Ashwatthama's mother more than her. This is Vaishnava. Just like Prahlad Maharaj says, Soche tata vimukha chetasa maya sukhaya bharamud bhato vimura. Because my father has done so much injustice unto me, so Krishna wanted to give him benediction, but he refused. No, I do not require anything. I am quite happy. I don't want anything. And in exchange of my service, because I have done some work as Vaishnava, it is my duty, Jive Sarupa Nitya Krishna Das, it is my duty as a servant. I have tolerated all tribulations offered by my father. I was never disturbed. I preached amongst my class friends, whatever possible I have done, but that does not mean I want some benefit. No, I am not a beniya, bonik, sabai bonik. So, do not offer me any benediction. I am quite satisfied. So, the question may be that you are satisfied in spite of undergoing so much trouble. Still you are, yes, I am satisfied. Yes, I am satisfied. How? Tad vijjagayana mahamrita magna chitta. Because I have learned by the grace of Narada Muni how to chant your holy name. That's it. Tad vijjagayana maha amrita.
Hare Krishna, they've got logged out, so they'll re-log in now. Hare Krishna. Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna, there is some problem with Zoom. So we are working on it. We'll connect quickly.
He cannot be unhappy. We see that Prahlad Maharaj was put into so much trouble by his father. Even in this Draupadi, she was put into so much trouble. Immediately her sons are killed. But she is not unhappy. This is Vaishnava. Vaishnava cannot be unhappy in any circumstance. Ohito ki apratihata. That is explained. Ohito ki apratihata jeno atma samprasidati. If you become situated in Krishna consciousness, then you will be so satisfied that in any circumstances, nobody will be able to give you any trouble. This is Vaishnava. Jena atma samprasidati. Atma brahma bhuta prasannatma na sochati na kankati. There is no question of lamenting. But still, a Vaishnava laments not for his own purpose. Just like Prahlad Maharaj says that na udvije para. Krishna is para, Nrsimha Devi is para, the Supreme. O the Supreme, I am not at all disturbed. Naibad vijay para durattvaya vaitaranya. Why? Tad vijjagayana mahamritavagna chitta. Because by the grace of Narad Muni, I have learned this art, how to chant your holy name. That I have learned. He says that, tad vijjagayana, and I learned or not, but whenever I chant, then I am merged into the ocean of lecturing. Similar is stated about the Goswamis. Takta Churnamasi Samandalapati Sening Sada Tucham. We have seen it practically. One big politician in Calcutta, C.R. Das, he was earning 50,000 monthly in those days. 50,000 means, I am speaking, he died in 1925. That means 50 years ago, he was earning 50,000 per month. Now 50,000 means 50 lakhs nowadays. He was so rich man. But on the Congress resolution that the prominent members of the Congress, they should not cooperate with the government, and one of the item of non-cooperation was they should not practice in the British court because there is no justice. That was Gandhi's order. That in the British court there is no justice, so why should he go there? Don't go. So this year Das, on the resolution of the Congress, he was one of the prominent members, he gave up. So he had no income. So he had no income. The Congress was giving him 500 rupees pocket expenses because he was such a rich man. So what is 500 rupees for him? He was earning 50,000 rupees and spending. So he could not bear that inconvenience. He died within a year. He was a rich man, he could not provide, and he was very charitably disposed. If somebody would come to him, he would say, I have lost my whole income, now I have got this 500 rupees, you can take it. He was such a charitably disposed. So anyway, he could not tolerate. But a devotee, just like Rupa Goswami, he also did the same thing. What is that? Takta tu namase samandalapati sani sada tucham. When he was inspired by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he was minister in charge of Nawab Hussain Shah's government, but he decided, what is this nonsense minister? Let me join Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Spread this Krishna consciousness. So he did it. Therefore, about him it is said, Takta Turnam Asesa Mandala Patisani. He was associated with big men, Mandalapati. He was minister. But he gave up. So what is this now? It is nowhere. So if we compare with Siyardas, he also gave up his income, but he died. But what happened to Rupa Goswami? Naturally, such a rich man, minister, he gave up his position. He should have also died because no income. No, he did not die. That is the difference. Takta turnamase samandalapati saning sada tuchava bhutya dina ganesha ko karunaya kopina kanthasito. For benefiting the mass of people who are suffering for want of Krishna consciousness, to do them good, they become mendicant. Kopina kanthasita. You have seen the picture of Rupa Goswami, a small loin cloth and nothing more. Then he should have died? No. Gopi bhava amrita amrita hari magnau sada. They were enjoying how the gopis are engaged in Krishna consciousness. The 24 hours thinking, that is Krishna consciousness. So similarly, Prahlad Maharaj says that Tadvijjagayana Mahamritamagna, the same philosophy everywhere. What was spoken by Prahlad Maharaj millions of years ago, the same thing was perceived by Rupa Goswami 500 years ago. And same thing can be perceived now also. Tadvijjagayana Mahamrata Magna Chitta. If you once become merged into the nectarine of chanting the holy name of Krishna, then you always remain happy. There is no doubt about it. Tadvijjagayana Mahamrata Magna Chitta. So either Rupa Goswami or Prahlad Maharaj or anyone, even up to death, they may face many difficulties, so-called difficulties. A Vaishnava has no difficulty. But we see, just like we see Prahlad Maharaj was in difficulty. Rupa Goswami was in difficulty. He was minister and he became a mendicant. Kopina Kanthasita. No, he was not difficult. Raghunath Das Goswami, his father's income was in those days 12 lakhs of rupees. And in Radha Kunda, he lived taking little butter every alternate day. And Sankha Purvaka Namagananati Bhika. And he was offering obeisances also, counting. It's like we count chanting, he was counting that I must offer 100 times obeisances. That was it. This is Goswami's behavior. A Vaishnava has no difficulty. The same thing is exemplified by Draupadi. She is aggrieved on account of her sons being killed by Ashwatthama. Now she is feeling more for the mother of Ashwatthama, how she would feel if her son is killed. This is Vaishnava. Paradukha dukhi. Kipamudi jastamaham prapadde. Vaishnava is paradukha. The Vaishnava has personally no distress. Anywhere he can sit down and chant Hare Krishna, read Srimad Bhagavatam, and where is this difficult? There is Tadvijjagayana Mahamatavagni Chitta. He has no. But why he takes so much distress? Because tato vimukha cetasa. Soche tato vimukha cetasa. Prahlad Maharaj says, I am agreed for the rascals who are not devotees. Tato vimukha cetasa. Vimukha means they are not interested in Krishna consciousness. So if Vaishnava is disturbed, perturbed, how these rascals are suffering so much in material condition, and so how to teach them Krishna consciousness, how to make them happy. This is Vaishnava's concern. Vaishnava concern, personal, there is no concern. Vaishnava is not satisfied that because I have no problem, I can chant anywhere and enjoy. No. Still Vaishnava takes the risk. As Prahlad Maharaj said, that I do not wish to go alone to Vaikuntha or anywhere, my Lord, unless I can deliver all these rascals. This is Vaishnava. He knew that all the Vimukha Cetasa, these materialistic persons, they are engaged in planning for material happiness. They are working so hard, becoming baffled without any benefit. So Maya, Sukhaya, Bharamut, many plans, many skyscraper buildings, roads and motor cars. What is the real purpose? The purpose is they want to be happy. But that is not possible. Therefore, they are Vimura, rascals. They are going in the wrong way. How to divert their attention to Krishna consciousness? Then they will be happy. These European, American boys, they are coming from rich family. They have, even nationally, they have got big skyscraper buildings, motor cars. And why? They have come to Krishna consciousness. Because they are not happy. It is a fact. They are not happy. So a Vaishnava can understand this. That outwardly, externally, they may have nice dress or nice building, a nice motor car, but internally they are so unhappy that they rise up to the top of the skyscraper building and fall down to commit suicide. This is his position. The Vaishnava can understand that bharamud bahuto vimura. They are making skyscraper building, but there is no happiness. It is simply what is called gorgeous arrangement only. Otherwise, there is not a drop of happiness. Suvuchi tato vimukuchi tasa. So the feeling of Vaishnava is like that. Similarly, Draupadi is Vaishnavi. She is feeling more than herself, the wife of Dronacharya, mother of Ashwatthama, how she would feel. Therefore, Vaishnava's qualification is paradukha dukhi. Personally, a Vaishnava is not unhappy, but a Vaishnava becomes unhappy for others' distress. Paradukha dukhi. Kipam buddhijja samaham prapadde. This is Raghunath Das Goswami's prayer to Sanatana Goswami, Vairagya Vidya. He was feeling obligation to Sanatana Goswami, how Sanatana Goswami taught him Vairagya Vidya. So, Kipam buddhijja samaham. This is Vaishnava position. So Kunti, and from ordinary moral point of view, it is said by Chanakya Pandit, Atmavat sarvabhuteshu sapandit. Anyone who can see in others feeling like himself. If I cut your throat, you will feel pain. How I know it? Because if you cut my throat, I will feel pain. So, paradukha dukhi, here Kunti is feeling that I am already suffering because my sons are killed. So why I am going to retaliate? I am going to give the same suffering to the mother of Ashwatthama by killing her son. This is Vaishnava. This is Vaishnava. The Vaishnava is not aggrieved or distressed for a personal interest. And Vaishnava is always feeling how others will be happy. Therefore, Krishna is very, very satisfied with the Vaishnava. And nacha tasmat manusyeshu kaschid me priya Krishnama. So you have taken to the vow of Krishna consciousness and trying to preach Krishna consciousness all over the world. And we have got little success. One politician in USA, he has remarked that this Krishna consciousness movement is increasing like an epidemic. He has said that. And if we do not check it, one day it may take our government. He has opined like that. So any intelligent man can know what is the ultimate result. Everyone, because mass of people, if they take to Krishna consciousness, then government is yours. That is a fact. And if the Krishna consciousness government is there, no meat eating, no smoking, no illicit sex, somebody knows the demons will die. That is it. Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Am I audible? Anyone online can give their thumbs
Yes,
up.
Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhuji.
Thank you very much, Prabhuji. So, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So, राधा वृंदावन चंद्र भगवान की जय, श्री गौर निताई की जय. So, this was a wonderful class from the 7th chapter, 47th and 48th verse, where there was a description in which Draupadi is feeling very much pain, just considering the pain of Gautami, the mother of Ashwathama or Kripi, just thinking if he'll be killed by Arjuna, then what will happen? So that is the episode. And if we see the lecture throughout, there has been a lot of discussion about the Vaishnava qualities. So there are almost 10 to 12 qualities I could mark. So I would like to ask, what is that main quality? Which was first question is for this audience sitting here, devotees. What is that first quality on which the whole lecture is based upon? Anyone would like to answer? Okay, Nitin Prabhu first raised his hand.
Prabhupada was saying that Draupadi, she was sympathetic. So sympathetic, sorry. Yeah, so sympathy is Prabhupada was explaining from starting from the point that a Vaishnava should have the sympathy, and on that particular point, he has described that why Draupadi was thinking not to
How is it described, sir? Sympathy, how is it described?
uh,
Prabhupada quoted one
was
famous line which generally is there in
para
Narsimha.
dukkha dukhi.
So main quality, we can have Mridanga and Kartal, one devotee. Okay, we can at least have Kartal. So that is the correct answer. Vaishnava is Paradukha Dukhi. That is Vaishnava's qualification. He doesn't care for his own personal distress. And that was the reason Draupadi, being a devotee of Lord, she was, very much distressed. After that, almost 7 to 8 qualities Prabhupada quoted, and those were based upon the famous character of Srimad Bhagavatam. Anyone remembers through whose example Prabhupada quoted next 6 to 7 qualities? Anyone would like to answer online? They can raise their hand. I can see. And yeah, Kaushal Poji has mentioned. Yes, Kaushal Poji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhupada gave the example of Prahlad Maharaj and explained also quite some qualities.
Haribo. Yeah. So that's correct answer. All next 6 to 7 qualities are based upon Prahlad Maharaj's character, and that verse also which is mentioned is from Prahlad Maharaj pastime 7:943. Naivodvaji Paraduratya Vaitaranyas. So now question comes in this while describing these qualities, Prabhupada describes about Rajogun, Tamogun, Satogun. So what are those two qualities by which generally asuras are affected or they are influenced by? So anyone would like to answer here? What are those two qualities by which asuras are generally influenced? Anyone else? Okay, Kuldeep Prabhu would like to answer. Yes, yes, Kuldeep Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. So Asuras generally lives in a mode of ignorance and a mode of passion.
Okay, Rajogun and Tamogun.
Tamogun.
Haribo. And, and and how devtas are influenced?
He lives in a mode of goodness.
Haribol. And what about Vaishnava now? Prabhupada also quoted about Vaishnava.
Vaishnava is always first class. वो कोई गुण इफेक्ट नहीं करता ऐसे करके बताया.
So what does it mean? They have no qualities?
No, they have the spiritual.
Yeah, so
second
next
devotee.
question is for online. Thank you very much, Kuldeep bro. Now this next question is for uh, online audience. So if Devtas are influenced by Satogun and Asuras are influenced by Rajogun and Tamogun, then what about Vaishnava? How they are situated and what do we understand by their situation? Anyone would like to answer based on today's class? So I can see Medhavni Saki Mataji's hand also. Yes, Mataji, you can answer.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dandat Pranams.
Hare
So
Krishna.
Prabhupada said that Vaishnavas are beyond the three modes, beyond Sattva, Rajas, and Tama, and they are first class, Prabhupada says. First class, why? Because they are situated in a kind of rasa with the Supreme Lord. They always engage in service of the Lord, and hence they are Shuddha Sattva. They are transcendental to the three modes of material nature. And Prabhupada also quoted that Brahma Samhita.
So my question is how they are first class because Prabhupada quoted they are nirguna beyond these three gunas. So then what are these qualities? If nirguna means one also means that no qualities, then what does Prabhupada quoted? What does it mean by
Uh,
nirguna?
Prabhupada said devotees are adorned with qualities like Prabhupada quoted Trinadapi Shunichi in a verse also, saying humility,
Oh,
offering all respects to others without expecting anything in return. So
okay, okay. So yeah, you are correct, Mataji. Only I was trying to understand. Prabhupada quoted devotees are nirguna. Nirguna means beyond three
they
modes.
don't have any material qualities
Yeah,
because
that is the
they're
point.
situated in Shuddha
That
Sattva.
they have qualities, but those are not materially influenced like in the case of other Devta and Asuras. Thank you very much, Mataji. Haribo. Okay. Then, as Mataji shared that Prabhupada quoted that how these are not material, then that is spiritual. And what is the quality of a spiritual world? Anyone would like to quote from Brahma Samhita here? Prabhupada quoted from Brahma Samhita how devotees they are situated and that situation is a spiritual world. And what is the quality of spiritual world? Yes, Gaurav would like to answer.
Vishnu, तो Prabhupada ji quoted that is in Anand Chinmaya, everyone is in different rasa.
Okay, yes.
ब्रह्म
Anand
संहिता में यही था आनंद चिन्मय
yes. Anyone can complete that verse? Famous
आनंद
line we
चिन्मय
can. Anand Chinmay Rasa Pratibhavitavish. Okay, so what does it mean? Anand Chinmay Ras.
they are always in आनंद
What does that mean? Anand, what kind of Anand?
rasa, they are in different rasas.
Okay, so in the Rasa, they have exchange with Lord.
Like they are different rasas, but they are equal. There is no comparison. There is no relative. This was Prabhupada saying.
Fine, fine. So they are not influenced by any material modes, but they are. It does not mean that since material mode is not there, there is no happiness or there is no rasa. It is Anand Chinmaya Ras, which means it is eternal. And those rasas Prabhupada mentioned that there is Sakhi Ras, Vatsalya Ras, Madhurya Ras. So they are situated in then, and that is variety. So Prabhupada told you like this rasa, I like this rasa, that is allowed. So that's how they are happy. Now, based on this, Prabhupada told that since Prahlad Maharaj, being the son of Hiranyakashipu, he considered himself that I am influenced by the Rajogun and Tamogun because he's saying that I am from the family of Asuras. But other side we have seen Prabhupada quoted, but he's a Vaishnava, so he is above all gunas. So now what is this quality which is mentioned in Prahlad Maharaj when he says, yes, Varun Toji would like to answer.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Trinadapi Sunichena Taradapi Saishu.
Yes, so that is the humility, one of the foremost quality here. Prabhupada says, Vaishnava is, sorry, I missed it. Here he is saying that he is considering himself lower. So two things there Prabhupada mentions. First is about he is not proud. So a devotee is not proud. So Prabhupada writes, a Vaishnava is never proud of his guna. So therefore he is not saying, oh, मैं तो आपका भक्त हूँ, मैं तो तीनों गुणों से परे हूँ. Not like that he is saying, although he's first class devotee, he is saying that I am from the Asura clan, so I am in Rajogun Tamogun. So that shows he is not proud of his gunas, whatever it may be, although it was beyond. And then Prabhupada quoted that why they are not proud, because they are always situated in this emotion, that Tranadapi Sunichena, Tarorapi Sahishnuna, Amanina Manadena, Kirtaniya, Taro. Hari Bol. So considering the situation, Prabhupada also gave example, famous example, which you might be hearing again and again. This is for online or here, anyone would like to answer. Those Prabhupada told about one famous uh, devotee who has written about himself. Anyone would like to answer? Yes, Ritesh bro. Yes. If somebody can quote that verse also, it would be very nice. But yeah, whatever.
Yeah, so Prabhupada was mentioning about the Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami.
Yes.
And Prabhupada ji actually means Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami has mentioned the 3 points out there. First one about the Jagai and Madhai. Like they are sinful, but I am more sinful than them.
Yeah. So in
And
that way, he is considering himself humble.
yeah, very
Yes,
humble.
then-
And secondly, there is a means worm of stool has some position, but I am lower than that. And then third one is like anyone who takes my name, even they if they have some pious credits, so they will also lose.
Yeah.
So those are the 3
Extreme
points.
level of humility. And then Prabhupada says that this is Vaishnava. And that is the sign of a Vaishnava, that they are not thinking like that. They always feel like that. It is not just when they are saying at that moment they are feeling. They have always this feeling. And in this connection, Prabhupada told that same situation was of Draupadi. She did not consider herself better. And she, in being in that situation, being humble, she could feel the pain of Ashwathama's mother. And Prabhupada told, she is aggrieved, but she is thinking the grief of Ashwathama's mother more than her. This is Vaishnava. Okay. Now, very good question when I read this came that Prahlad Maharaj preached to his classmates, right? Whatever possible I have done. So Prabhupada there is speaking from the side of Prahlad Maharaj, that being a devotee he preached Krishna consciousness to his friends. But still after that he is not considering that I should get some benefit. Why is it? Why is it that Prahlad Maharaj is able to feel that although I have preached this Krishna consciousness, I am practicing Krishna consciousness, but based on that, what was the situation that Narsingdev came to him and was trying to offer benedictions? But he said, no, that does not mean that I want some benefit. Why is this feeling in the devotees? First I will check online if anyone is there. If not, then okay. Mataji's hand is there. Okay, I will go to Neeraj Prabhu. He has not answered anything yet. Yes, Neeraj Prabhu.
So Prahlad Maharaj said that it is my duty because a Jiv Savrup hoy Nitya Krishna Das. As I am your servant, this is my duty, and by doing this duty, I am already satisfied. I am not being troubled because of whatever that I am getting.
Hari Bol. Yes. And one more question related to this. So he is saying that this is my duty. Now, if he is not feeling for benefit, which means he should have got something. So what was that which was making him satisfied?
Yeah, he said that I have learned how to chant holy name by like Narad Muni. So my chit is always absorbed in thoughts of your glorification. It is giving me satisfaction of heart.
Hari Bol. Jai. Yeah. So this is very important. Prahlad Maharaj saying that this chanting of your glorification is Mahamrit, a great nectarian. Tvad Virya Gayan Mahamrita Magna Chitta. My chitta, my consciousness is always absorbed in the thought of your glorification. Therefore, I am not at all unhappy. So this is also one of the qualification of a Vaishnava, that he is not unhappy. And Prabhupada gave example of Prahlad Maharaj, that how he was doing all those activities, but he was not having association, he was among Asuras, but still he was not unhappy. And same situation was Draupadi. She was on the side of being herself a victim, but she was still feeling pain for other person. So there comes another quality about a Vaishnava, that first they themselves are unhappy, then related to this, they are not unhappy, related to this, instead of thinking of herself, Draupadi, what was the special quality which she has, represented? That is also found in the great devotees of the Lord who are preachers. What is that quality which Prabhupada mentioned here? That first of all, she was not unhappy considering her situation. And what could she do? Am I able to present the question properly? Yeah, Kishori Rani Mataji wants to answer. Yes, Mataji?
Yeah, the quality is paradukhi dukhi.
Okay, so Pardukhe Dukhi, so she should remain unhappy then, considering the situation of Prahlad, Ashwathama's mother. So if somebody remains unhappy, then how he would do fair to other person? That just I am unhappy seeing your situation.
No, that is why
And
she decided, I mean, she was against the killing of Ashwathama because she could feel the pain of Ashwathama's mother. And
so there is,
also,
yeah, so there is little more into this. Yes, Nivriti Prabhu.
ब्रह्मभूत प्रसन्नात्मा न सोचती न कांक्षती तो जैसे ही उनके बेटे भी चले गए लेकिन she was not lamenting.
Not that is also one quality, but something which is towards other, not for oneself, and that is found in preacher. Why somebody preaches? Prabhupada says, what is the purpose of preaching? Anyone online or here? Okay, time is going up. Compassion. Yeah, one Mataji mentioned, Sundari Subhadra Mataji, compassion. So preaching means actually compassion, and then compassion is to giving happiness. So another quality Prabhupada mentioned about devotees is that they are not just unhappy seeing other situation unhappy, they want to give them happiness, and that is part of preaching. And how they do this activity? By preaching this Krishna consciousness. So later part in the last you would have heard that Prabhupada told that if everyone is chanting Hare Krishna, there would be no illicit sex, nothing. Everyone would be devotee. Then so there would be no asuras, no demons. So that's how another quality is Vaishnava is Yenatma Suprasidati. First himself is not unhappy, and he wants to give this happiness to others. And then later on Prabhupada shared one special qualities about Goswamis. So in that connection he quoted Sat Goswami Ashtakam, and that verse contains two qualities which he mentioned. Anyone would like to mention those two qualities of devotees which are directly presented in relation to Goswami? Anyone online? First I will say online, or we can check here then. Anyone online? Especially two qualities about, okay, we can start with one quality about Goswami. Sat Goswami Ashtakam, famous verse Prabhupada quoted. Okay, now Ritesh Prabhu would like to answer. Yes, Ritesh.
So the shloka is Gopi Bhavamritam Hari Magno Sada.
That is their status. Before that there are two qualities. Yes. That is done, Prabhuji. That is like Yenatma Suprasiditi. Means they are satisfied. Yes, Prabhu. Yes. Parjanya Priya Prabhu would like to answer.
त्यक्त्या तूर्णम शेष मंडलम पति.
Yes.
तो सीआर दास का एग्जांपल दिया था.
श्रेणीम सदा तुच्छत. Yes.
फिर एग्जांपल था रूप गोस्वामी और रघुनाथ दास गोस्वामी का.
Yes. Hari Bol.
12 crore per month.
Prabhuji would like to play Madanga for himself. Hari Bol. Yes. So first quality was mentioned about that. Generally it happens, he gave example of C.R. Das. That what happened with him, he just for the sake of following Congress and Gandhi, he gave away his salary of 50,000 per month that time. And then Congress gave him 500 rupees per month some, for maintenance. But seeing his situation, he was very charitable. So he, whenever who used to come, he would give away. But being in that situation, he could not live more. He just, died because of that pain or aggrieved situation. But that was not the case of Rup Goswami. Rup Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, Prabhupada told they had millions of coins as an annual salary for them, ministers. But what happened when they gave away? They did not leave their life. They did not die. Instead, they engaged more in the preaching. And that's what comes, the quality of devotee, that Tyaktva Turnam Asesh Mandal Prati Srenim Sada Tuchhabat. For remaining humble and dependent on Lord, That's what they do. And what was the second quality of them? Yeah, next line mentions the next quality. Anyone online would like to answer? Or we'll go then with. Okay, yes, Gaurav Prabhu.
It was Bhutva, Deen,
Ganesh
Ganesh,
ko
Ko,
Karunya.
Karunya, Kopin, Kandrashti, Ki. For preaching to mass of people, they left everything and used to wear Kopin and.
Yeah, so this is the second qualification. First, when they leave, they do not feel aggrieved for what they have left. And second, that now what they are doing after leaving, they are living like just common person or bhikari. No, they are living like a mendicant, just wearing a kopin. But for what? Bhutva deen Ganesh ko karuneya. For showing the compassion, for preaching to the mass, they have accepted this situation. So these are the two qualities in relation to Goswamis. And finally, Prabhupada comes in the last that if they should have not died, then how they are not able to die? Because they have no money, they have no clothes. But what is that which is keeping them alive? Then that line comes which devotee mentioned, Gopi bhav rasamrita abdi lahari. What is giving them happiness? That bhav of the gopis, like serving Lord. They were enjoying in that bhav of gopis. Like gopis are engaged in Krishna consciousness 24 hours thinking about Krishna. And then finally Prabhupada told that Prahlad Maharaj says, I am aggrieved for the rascals who are not devotee. Tato bimukh chetasa. Bimukh means they are not interested in Krishna consciousness. So a Vaishnava is disturbed, perturbed, how these rascals are suffering so much in material condition. So how to teach them Krishna consciousness, how to make them happy, this is a Vaishnava's concern. This is what I referred, that if they are unhappy, then what is making them active? That is their preaching. Because they are trying now to make others happy. And then finally he says, I do not wish go to Vaikuntha or anywhere, my Lord, unless I can deliver all these rascals. So finally Prabhupada says, this is Vaishnava. Okay, now Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki Jai, Gaur Bhaktivinoda ki Jai.